The unemployment rate was unchanged at 3.7% in November for the third consecutive month, remaining at its lowest level in almost 50 years. Overall job growth was just so-so. Wages continued to rise at a fast clip, and temporary help services increased for the fifth consecutive month, but November's growth was about half of the previous month. Hello, this is Bruce Steinberg of SteinbergEmploymentResearch.com reviewing November 2018 U.S. employment trends and developments. The unemployment rate remained at an almost 50-year low of 3.7%, thanks to some relatively small movements with its underlying components. The size of the civilian labor force increased by only 133,000 as the number of employed persons increased by 233,000, while there were also 100,000 fewer unemployed persons. In other words, although there were more employed persons and fewer unemployed persons, because the labor force did not expand by much, the unemployment rate needle did not move. In addition, there were only 60,000 more persons considered as not in the labor force in November. The number of non-farm jobs increased 155,000 in November, and that was clearly less than October's increase of 237,000, but more than September's growth of 119,000 and less than the 216,000 increase the employment economy experienced a year ago in November 2017. The private goods producing sector was up only 29,000 jobs in November, and that was a slower pace than October's increase of 53,000. A year ago, in November 2017, it was up 78,000. Manufacturing was up 27,000 in November, and that was essentially the same as October's growth of 26,000. A year ago, in November 2017, manufacturing was up 30,000. The construction sector slowed its pace with an increase of only 5,000 jobs in November after adding an additional 24,000 in October. However, this pales in comparison to November 2017 when it built up its workforce with 42,000 jobs. Mining and logging chopped down 3,000 jobs in November after growing by 3,000 in October. A year ago, in November 2017, it was up 6,000. The private service providing sector increased by 132,000 in November, which was off from the 198,000 increase in October. A year ago, in November 2017, it increased by 139,000 jobs. The retail trade sector added more than 18,000 jobs in November after removing 7,100 and almost 27,000 jobs from its inventory of personnel in October and September, respectively. A year ago, in November 2017, it was up a little more than 27,000 jobs. The professional and business services sector experienced growth of 32,000 in November, and that was slower than the 58,000 increase of October. A year ago, in November 2017, it was up only 16,000. The education and health services sector added 34,000 jobs in November, despite a 6,400 job decline in private educational services. Healthcare and social assistance services increased a little more than 40,000 jobs. Hiring in home healthcare services heated up with a gain of 4,000 jobs in November, which was clearly an improvement from the 2,300 jobs it added in October. The leisure and hospitality sector was up 15,000 jobs in November on top of the 56,000 it added in October. A year ago, in November 2017, it was up 20,000 jobs. The total number of government jobs was down 6,000 jobs. In November, the federal government was up 3,000, state government was down 13,000, and local government was up 4,000. After a rocky, uneven first half of the year, temporary help services was now able to put together 5 consecutive months of increases with a gain of 8,300 jobs in November, albeit about half of October's 16,500 gain, for a total of 3,084,900 temporary help service jobs. This works out to a 0.3% sequential gain from October and a 2.9% increase from November 2017. Temporary help services portions of all jobs was up in November and now stands at 2.0581%, which is the highest level it has ever been. A year ago, in 2017, it was 2.0340%, and 2 years ago, in November 2016, it was 2.0106%. November's overall job growth was weak, and the unemployment rate is remaining at an historical low. The lack of workers is certainly contributing to the inability of employers to add more jobs and is creating a situation where employers are competing for workers, and this is driving up wages. Staffing services are reporting that businesses are finally accepting increases in bill and pay rates, so it could be good times for the staffing professionals if they can source enough workers. This has been Bruce Steinberg, and this is just a brief sample of the employment data and analysis we provide.